So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. Well, we're on the way. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful position.
Chance for a shot! And he's done it!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Madrid are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Thuram! Perilously close. Going to be disappointed with that. Alexander-Arnold. He's shifting through the gears. Can he finish? Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Madrid with the corner. They're first. He's having a pop! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Goes down, but nothing given. Looking to play him in. Now it's Martinez. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Martinez. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. And he's intervened well there. DiMarco. Now it's Valverde. Barella. Quarter of an hour played. He's in a great position here. And a chance! Oh, it's come loose. And he has kept it out somehow.
DiMarco really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And it's hoisted clear. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Thuram. And it's Di Marco. Inter Milan are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Zielinski. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Bellingham is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. And he's managed to get free. And here's Valverde. Bellingham. Bellingham was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Tries to play it through. Mbappe. He's great chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
It's their second corner of the game. Pass somewhat off target. And now a sudden chance to counter. Great vision. Well timed, excellent interception. Chance! And that's a sharp finish. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Inter Milan restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Barella. Camavinga. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And that pass just didn't quite work. Çalhanoğlu. That's been cut out, well played. Threads one in. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Mbappe. Great ball, and he's shot a goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? This time, surely! There it is! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Madrid have their lead. He's a sharp little ball here. Spread neatly. That has been knocked away. Referee's given a throw. It's really well cleared. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Bellingham. Now it's Valverde. He's found a way through. Bastoni goes sliding in. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Inter can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Goes for a shot! He's got a goal! What a match we have!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of...
Could be danger here! Oh, a gilt-edged chance! Real chance! Well, that's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Zielinski. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, that is not the best ball. And Martinez! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Stood up well to him there. DiMarco. Zielinski. Now it's Barella. In with the challenge. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store. Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
He's on it, can he get away? Vinicius Junior! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he?
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
Quarter of an hour into the second half.
spettatori.
Barella. Now it's Mbappe. Zielinski.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Oh, super find. Martinez. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And that is a little undercooked. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Barella. Now it's Martinez. And Martinez! Outstanding by Martinez! He's got himself an absolute peach. And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Inter Milan with the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter.
Vinicius Junior! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And yes, it's there! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Madrid dragged themselves back again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
DiMarco looking to receive it in space.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Valverde with the cross. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Oh no, this does not... Big chance! And there's a goal! And the comeback is complete! And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
That has not gone well. Inter Milan now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Let's a look and place it forward.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! It's fallen kindly here. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, well measured. Now it's Enrique. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
That ball looks a good one. He's had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that has fair fizzed. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Madrid have their third corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Madrid get their fourth corner.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Shoots! Oh, crossbar! Good ball, good take. Takes a shot! It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Madrid have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now. Well, he's certain.
That's that, the end. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Inter desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. And that gets things running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I've always been impressed with Lautaro Martinez, Peter. We all know how good a finisher he is. But he's proved himself to be a more than reasonable outlet. If needed, he can play with his back to goal and be one that brings everyone else into play, and he's a significant influence.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. That's a throw. Barella. Çalhanoğlu. Now it's Bellingham. Barella. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Camavinga. Threads one in. Oh, terrible pass. Mbappe. Shinta. The referee's awarded a free kick. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. It's just beyond his reach. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Luis Enrique. Good, strong midfield running here. That's going to go a long way. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And a header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. It's a promising position. Luis Enrique, foot in, lovely pass. Decent chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Goes for a shot! So it is still 0-0. Mbappe picks it up out wide. Camavinga, and it's made its way to him. Luis Enrique. Tchouaméni gets across to intercept that. And here's Mbappe. This is a promising build-up. Can he get on the end of this? And the shot! Off the post! Luis Enrique carries the ball down the right. In with the challenge. Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. And the pass is intercepted.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Luis Enrique just eases him off the ball. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. Tchouaméni, and here's Vinicius Junior. He has a look up. Valverde has a look to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Tchouaméni calmly anticipates. Carvajal. Now it's Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Ah, that's a fine interception. Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique gets on his bike and on the move. Well, there's the clearance.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Bisek. And it's DiMarco. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Hops for safety, and they've got rid.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Looking for the run, and he plays one through. He's picked his way through. He's had a shot! There it is!
Surprise, surprise. Look who turns up to give his side the ultimate lift before the break. Now we can look forward to a whole different game in this second half.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him.
And that is all they have time for. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Inter Milan finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. The second period is underway.
Inter can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as...
And he shoots! He's got a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Now it's Mbappe. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And he's had it nicked away. Alexander-Arnold. Now Mbappe. No way through. Luis Enrique. The message is clear, none shall pass. What's going wide left? Tries to pass it through. Akanji. Barella.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Stood up well to him there. DiMarco. Rudiger kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's not an especially good pass, that. And he can clear it away. Struck first time! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 16.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
He's there to hit it!
Il numero 7.
No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Il numero 36. Darmian. L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.953 spettatori.
Camavinga, he's got away. He's having a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! It's all becoming so easy. That was easy, almost too easy.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
And yes, it's him again. Big chance! And he hits the net. They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Madrid are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Inter Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Now it's Enrique. Nicely weighted ball. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Camavinga clears without hesitation. Darmian might just make this. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Chance here to counter. Luis Enrique going forward. Poor robust challenge. Rudiger can clear it away. Now it's Enrique. And a chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Luis Enrique. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tchouaméni with a definite fell there. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
And it's Sucic.
That's good play from him.
And here's Zielinski. Zielinski! Showing great feet there. He is through here. Valverde. Sucic.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That is ended up in no man's land.
Inter really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Into the last 5 minutes. That's a good run down the left. Now it's Enrique. Inter Milan with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. Inter Milan have their second corner now. Madrid have the chance to go the other way.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
It's a sharp pass. Oh, well played. Vinicius Junior! Camavinga does well to get it back. Can he get it through? Damian, nicely aimed pass. It's a really well-measured ball. And he's managed to get free. Some good work on the right flank here. Deftly away. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.